Greetings, this is Skylar Saunders saying, what's current? Diddy, free Diddy, free Diddy. He's an innocent man. Free that man. He's got another bail package coming up, a bail hearing. They have his defense team has compiled new materials that are regarding another $50 million bail bond, and also more stringent restrictions on him being in his house. He's going to have around the clock security, know exactly where he is, got a flashlight up his rectum every few minutes. They're going to make sure he tests, he doesn't have too much. From what I've heard my sources say, that he's not even going to be able to get his family members. That's alleged. That's alleged that he's not going to even have family members come through, or have any females or anyone like that come through his house. It's just mainly going to be his lawyers that are going to be able to access his house if he's on house arrest. But this is it. This is where we are. I mean, hey, Trump just won the big one. And Diddy must be feeling bold. And he's like, oh, if this nigga can win the daggone electorate, he got 34 counts. He's a convicted felon. He's the president of the United States of America. Oh, hell yeah. I'm definitely, I'm doubling down on this. I'm doubling down on this right here. You got to be out your monkey mind. You got to be crazy. I guess I can say ass. Monkey, you can be out your monkey ass mind. You gotta be wild. Diddy said, you know what? Y'all can talk about me all y'all want. I'm saying I'm not guilty. Not of these things. I mean, it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe him. He lied about the Cassie video. Said he didn't, touch Cassie in the wrong way. We obviously know what he did with Cassie. We know what happened, but he's still an innocent man on these charges. Free Diddy. Free Diddy. He is, out there, he's in there actually, but he's out there in his mind. He's like, I got to get this bail hearing together. It's going to be scheduled for November 22nd of this year. He's got all guns ablazing once again. They are fighting. They are fighting tooth and nail, as the cliche goes. They are fighting tooth and nail for everything that he has, going for him. He has everything that he has, in the words that, go along with what he's saying. He has everything that could be used, to fight. He's fighting. He's not backing down. He's not, going to his corner. He's not in a hunched up, fetal position, crying on the mat. He's fighting. He's fighting for his freedom. Free Diddy. That's all I gotta say. Free Diddy. Pow. Because, like I said, we have a convicted felon as a president. Okay? Convicted felons in certain jurisdictions cannot vote for president. The irony, right? That's irony. That's complete and utter irony. You can be just a random everyday person, not trying to run for office or anything. And if you get a felony, then you can't vote. But if you have every count against you said that you're guilty of felonies, you can be president. That's just astounding. It's just you wouldn't be able to, if John Grisham started writing this story, he would be laughed out of his publishing house. He would not be able to publish this book. Already President Trump. President-elect Trump, I should start saying, former president or President-elect Trump. It's a game. It's like when he was first elected during the 2016, when he was elected in 2017, it was a totally different bag. It was a totally different era. It was a totally different time frame. Everybody knew what was going to happen until what happened? COVID. COVID just threw everything off. People were like, oh, hell no. He's talking about injecting people with what did he say, Lysol or something like that, or or using Lysol, or injecting with bleach. That's what it was. It was injecting you with bleach. Like it just it just didn't hit. So we were like, all right, let's try this Biden and Kamala Harris team. Let's see what they do. And it was like, eh. It was like, okay, this is a different flavor, but I don't know. Is this good for me? I don't know. Is this good? Can't tell. So I kind of like what I was eating before. I like the Trump platter was a little bit better, before the COVID. It wasn't the best. It was pretty awful, but it was better than this in a lot of ways. Even though this has some good points, but I'm not enjoying this meal. So I'm gonna get this dinner once again. I'm gonna try this one out. This is probably gonna be new. I don't like to say new and improved because it's either new or improved. It's not new and improved. But yeah, so that's the reality that we're living in right now. That's the current reality that we live in. We have Sean Diddy Combs wanting to come home, but only for the time period between now and his hearing, which is scheduled for yeah. I don't know why I do that. It's pretty racist, I think. But Cinco de Mayo, 2025, 5/25. So that's what he's looking forward to doing. That's what he's aiming towards. That's what he's trying to do. I'm just baffled by the turn of events in the news. Even Diddy's case would be like they would laugh the hell out of who was the writer of these stories. I mean, like if Tyler Perry wanted to make a movie like this or something like that, or Lee Daniels wanted to make a movie out of Diddy's life, or a life similar to a producer that came up and from nothing and to made a huge fortune and then threw it all away with these sex crimes and stuff like that. They laughed at him. They laughed in his face. Like, no, this can't happen. This wouldn't happen. White parties, freak offs, baby oil. What? You got to be out of your mind. Nobody will believe this. And what I always confuse it. Is it GBH? I think that's what it is. GBH. No, hold on. I always mess it up. I know. HGB. Hemoglobin, a protein and reticulin. No, that's not it either. Damn, what? GHB. No. GHB. Gamma hydroxybutyric acid. It's prescription needed. It's a depressant drug, which means it slows down the messages traveling between the brain and body. Just to get that out of the way. So that's what we're dealing with right now. That's exactly what we're dealing with. We're living under an era where Diddy is almost literally fighting for his life, because that's the ultimate punishment. That's the deciding factor. It will be life imprisonment if he's guilty on all charges. So he's fighting everything. He said, "I'm not guilty and I'm filthy." Did the Harlem Shake and kept it moving. So I think that's the point of which we have to understand his psyche, his mind frame, his whole thought process. We have to understand what Diddy is up against. He's eating like the worst food. He's in the worst conditions. This is the greatness of our legal system. Prison is supposed to be terrible. It's supposed to be horrific and mediocre and just enough. Just enough. You can't have your cake and eat it too, ever. You can't have your cake really sometimes in prison. And or you can't eat your cake and have it too. That's the rule. You can't eat your cake and have it too. You can't do that. That's what it's like in prisons across the globe. I mean, we have harsh conditions, but Think about the prisons in Venezuela and Honduras and Russia and stuff like that. You get Iran. These places are they're like U.S. is kind of like in the middle. U.S. is like not so great, but and then there's like what was shown on Atlanta. I think they're in Norway or something like that. The Scandinavian prisons are pretty lax. They're not. They're like, whoa, do you want me to fold your sheets for you? Okay, sure, I will do that. Like that's the kind of thing that we're getting from the media. I don't know if that's actually true. There could be a totally different case. Somebody could come, nah, Sky, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Scandinavian prisons are horrible. They're detestable. They're disgusting. I wouldn't know. I don't want to know about American prisons. I don't want to know anything about that. I have no clue, and I don't want a clue about how those prisons function. But that's it for me. That'd be a done deal for me. I'm not about to be the one to test the waters on that. I'm not about to be in Diddy's position and so many others who have come through, especially the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, United States. I was messing up. Let me say it again. The Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, United States of America. That's where Diddy is currently housed. And he's like his mind is melting on him like the persistence of memory in a Salvador Dali painting. It's melting every day. It's just he's trying to figure a way to do this bail package. It's gonna be $50 million again. I don't understand. I do understand, but why didn't they do $100 million? Would that have been sweeter? Just add on another $50 million, or he can't do $100 million. He can do 50, but he can't do 100 or something like that, because they're still keeping the $50 million package. But the bail is set for November 22nd, which is a very serious day that carries a lot of weight in history. It's the day that JFK was assassinated. So it's just gonna be another weighty day, heavy day. In a lot of people's minds, that's a 9/11. A lot of people reacted and say, I remember when I was 7. I remember when I was 18. I remember when I was 43. And when that happened, somebody be 43. I don't know, maybe a little younger. I'll say 28. Yeah, probably somebody may not be 43. Diddy cook. Diddy's cooking his ramen noodles with and then putting ketchup on them and with cutting up hot dogs and serving it to himself as spaghetti right now. Wizard. Salute, Wizard. You really think he's cooked? I don't think he's cooked. I think anything's possible. This is America, people. If a convicted felon can win the presidency, again, God damn it, it's possible. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. Diddy might do at least 5 or 10. He's probably not going to do anything. I don't think he's going to be like YSL. It's going to be the same thing as Young Thug. What's his name? Jeffries. I can't think of his first name. They throwing kids on him now. I know. That's the part that's getting it. And I don't want to talk about that because I'm part of the haterverse. We don't talk about minors. So I'm not talking about any minors during this entire show. The views expressed by Wizard are not reflective of Skylar Saunders Singh or any of its affiliates. Viewer discretion is advised. I have to say that. I don't have to say that, but it sounds cool. It sounds official. Yeah, now you agree with it. Yeah, you better. Yeah. Let me do my advertisement now. It's almost at the halfway point, or a little bit under the halfway point. My main man, Peng. I am not guilty. I'm 100% innocent. Diddy will be free. Okay, salute to this person right now. But I'm about to do my advertisement. I'll get back to you. But my main man, Peng, has fitness gear and fruit-infused sea moss. He's got soursop, elderberry, mango, pineapple, and blueberry. I've tried the blueberry. It is excellent. It's a great tasting thing. I actually had to ration it for a week or 2 weeks, so I didn't eat the entire jar. It was just that good. If it was nasty, I would have told you about it. It's actually a very great product, and if you get this product along with any other products, you put in SKYLER10, Skyler 10. and you can get a discount for 10% on your purchases. So make sure you check out lifestrongapparel.com. That's lifestrongapparel.com. All right, so that's the one commercial break, and next one's gonna come up in probably the next 5 minutes or 20 minutes, or 10 minutes. Excuse me, 20 minutes. The show is over. But I want to talk to. I'm not guilty. I'm 100% innocent. Diddy will be free. Yes, whoever you are, I'm right there with you. Salute to Diddy. Salute to Diddy. He will be free. Salute to Diddy. He will be free. He will be walking out. He's gonna be wearing white fur that he wore in "You Can Hate Me Now" video. 27 years ago almost. What was that? Yeah, 26 years ago. He was in the "Hate Me Now" video. He's gonna come. That's gonna be his theme song. That's gonna be a song he's gonna be playing when he walks out of court. You can hate me now, but I won't stop. I hate you too. Die, mother. Die. That's all it's gonna be. he's like I'm thinking anything is possible now. I was like, Trump is gonna win, but it's just gonna feel weird. It's gonna be a different vibe. It's gonna be a different vibe across the whole country. Everything is gonna be scrutinized though. The scrutiny. I remember George Bush said something about. He was like, he wasn't ready for the scrutiny of being a president or something like that. I was like, really? You're the leader of the free world. You're the most important, most looked at, most observed, most spotted person on the planet when you're president. Post presidency, I can see not too much scrutiny. Nobody cares about you. You're to the wayside. If you want to help out with somebody's campaign, okay, that's great. Whatever. You're still not the one. The person that's in charge of things, the head honcho, the numero uno, the commander in chief, the presidito. That's what it counts for. Wizard says, y'all on the baby oil payroll. Let me find out you was in the parties. I wouldn't go to the parties even if I was invited. And a lot of people are saying like, oh yeah, I left early. That's what a lot of people were saying. I left early. I don't know what was happening. I left at 3, and all that started happening at 3:02. I was gone. I was gone before that happened. And a lot of people saying that. Like Marlon Wayans is one person who's saying that. This is a multitude of people that have said that before. But I wouldn't have gone to those parties if I wanted to. If I had the invitation. And Mr. Troy Star Terrain has a reason. He was hating on him. He's hating on these people. He can't have parties with them. You can't be in the Hamptons. You can't be on a yacht. You can't be with these people on Saturday, and then Monday morning you're on the microphone like saying, "Oh, you're trash. You ain't nothing." What? I invited you to my party. Like, you can't even say you invited me, but I didn't go. That's all you can say. I invited you. Oh, I invited you. Yeah, and I didn't go because I got to hate on you on Monday morning. So that's integrity. That's integrity. Go look at his birthday parties. Them ish was lit. Okay. Diddy was targeted. Most people just jealous because Diddy's so talented. What is the thing about Diddy? He's not talented. He really has no talent. He can't sing. He can't dance. He can't rap. He can't reproduce. He's more like Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs had talent, but he didn't have the right kind. Not in the sense that you would have, like as a programmer. He didn't have the sense as a marketer. He didn't have a sense as a somebody that could designer. He wasn't all these things, but he could command other people. He could get greatness out of people. That's what the thing with people like Diddy and Steve Jobs, could do. Steve Jobs could do, and what Diddy once did. He could draw out greatness out of other people. Just like Kobe Bryant. He wasn't like an absolute talent when he first began, especially he had to warm up to him, to become greatness. He had to warm up to it. And then he made his other teammates great around him. He had to start off slow and kind of like trying to get the game. The late great Kobe Bryant, but he came to a point where he made it all make sense. He made it possible for him to create greatness with not only himself but his teammates. Kind of reminds me of The Great Gatsby. Everyone was there for the parties, but no one was there for the fall. Exact facts. And if you watch another movie called Babylon, it's similar to that too. No Diddy a tastemaker. He put the right people together. Exactly. He's a tastemaker. It's just like Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs wasn't a programmer. He wasn't a designer. He wasn't a marketer. He was a leader. One of the greatest leaders of all time. That's the definition of masculinity. He was a great mind. He was a great thinker. I mean, there's a lot of arguments and a lot of criticism from Elon Musk, but he was like the same thing. He's the mind. His greatest achievement is probably SpaceX, and the second would be his co-founding credit for PayPal. My PayPal's up there, by the way. PayPal.me/Scholar Saunders. Yeah, so that's the reality of all this. That's the truth behind every piece of this. That's the truth. Diddy, he has the hitman for production. He had Faith Evans for singing. She wasn't signed to Bad Boy, but I'm just giving you an example. He couldn't rap, so he had a rapper, Biggie. He had another rapper, Sean. He had Mace. He had another rapper, Sean. He had another rapper. He had Mark Curry. He had all kinds of. Wizard, you have a blue wrench, so I'm going to tell you what Babylon's about. Babylon is about trash. Damien Chazelle had 2 out of 3. He batted well with Whiplash. He batted very well with La La Land, which should have won the Best Picture. I know exactly what the hell happened. It was DEI. It was DI. Was it IED? It's not ID. It's not DIE. It's EDI, I think, or EID. Inclusion. Something. I can't even. What is it? What is EID? God damn. Damn. No. Always forget it. DEI. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's all. Everybody just says DEI, so I forget what that means. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. So I'm gonna tell you a short synopsis of Babylon. It's about the raucous 20s, the roaring 20s, and it follows 3 main people. There's a jazz performer, there's an actress, and this one guy who just is like in the middle of it all. He just sees everything. He's kind of like Forrest Gump, of the 20s, the silent picture era. He sees it all happening, but it's just a colossal failure. Not just because it was a commercial failure and a critical failure. It was just a bad movie. And then it had the nerve at the end of the movie to show better movies like Wizard of Oz and Terminator 2 and Singing in the Rain, because this was like a proto, not a proto. There's a reverse example of Singing in the Rain. It's just wasn't a good movie. That's my take on Babylon. I think Steve was mentally unstable. He died. His diet killed him, I heard. Well, what killed Steve Jobs was his inability to recognize, modern medicine. And he went for like figs and newts and fruits and nuts and stuff like that, and didn't really pay attention to, anything else. He wanted a holistic approach, I think it is called. If I'm wrong, you can correct me. But he didn't want to do, the laser surgery or the advanced medical care. He just wanted to use, that to be his advantage. And sadly, it was his downfall. I think Big and Diddy was lovers. Again, these are all Wizards words. These are not belong to Scholar Saunders or any of his affiliates or anything like that. I'm not guilty. I'm 100%. I'm just call you 100% because I'm 100%. Snoop was being used to try and frame me too. All the evidence is on my phone. Diddy is so talented. He is an articulate and natural entrepreneur. Diddy is very talented in running and managing. Yeah, that's the only thing I would agree on. He's a great manager. He's a great, tastemaker. He's a great he's a great marketer. He's one of the best marketers in hip hop. Diddy was exceptionally good at mean finances and what is man finances? Good. Brad and Margot in that movie. I might watch it. Yeah, and who else? This is some. I think Elijah Wood. I always confuse Elijah Wood with I can't even remember the other guy's name, but I think Elijah Wood. Let me make sure. Babylon. No, he's not in Babylon. Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire is also in. I always confuse Elijah Wood and Tobey Maguire. But it's not worth watching. I mean, if you want to, completely dull your senses and knock yourself over the head, watching a movie, then go see it. But I wouldn't recommend it. All right, we're on another advertiser. BeeJackson. B Jackson on YouTube. Make sure you check him out. He's talking about fried chicken. He's talking about near beer or non-alcoholic beer. He's talking about sardines on a grill and strippers. So if you like any and all of these things, check out B Jackson on YouTube. Just go to Baja Jackson on YouTube and subscribe. Make sure you get his subscriptions up. All right. That liquor company destroyed Diddy. I researched it. Well, that's cute. That's like everybody says that. It's cute. It's cute. It's not factual. We can say, oh yeah, we can do. You can put our conspiracism hats on, our tinfoil conspiracism hats, and see what it is. But 100% says managing finances. A lot of people are good at singing or dancing, but they go broke after a short time because if you don't know how to manage your finances with acumen, you don't really got the tail. I don't know. You really got the tail. You don't really got the tail. Okay. We need some more bio music movies. Queen was the last good one. Yeah, Queen was excellent. Rocket Man was excellent. Straight Outta Compton was excellent. I'm trying to think any. I mean, going back in time, going back 20 years almost. Walk the Line, the story about Johnny Cash. That was an excellent movie. Yeah, I like music biopics. Even though if you ever seen Walk Hard, Walk Hard is a parody of these biopics because they show like the time they're like having drugs. They're like, you don't want none of this. This is not good for you. You don't want it. You don't want to try this. It's bad for you. Well, what is it? It's weed. It's like, what does it do? It makes you feel good. And what about sex? It makes that feel better too. Like then it goes on and says like, you don't want to do this, Dewey. You don't want to do this. This is cocaine. This will ruin your life. This will mess you up. Like, what does it do? It makes you feel a lot better. It makes you feel stronger. It makes you feel like you're on top of the world. I'm paraphrasing everything, but that's it. That's the gist of it. It's like it's showing like how these biopics they go from they rocket into stardom and then they fall down by alcohol and drugs and they fall out with their band members and everything. It's just like behind the music basically, but if it's not a documentary, it's acted out. Are you going to see Gladiator? Yes, I am. But I don't know if I'm going to see it in the theater. I'm going to see it on my TV screen one day. The talent, like a unique population. Diddy is definitely talented. He was a tycoon. The talent speaks for himself. I agree with that. He's a tycoon. He's a talent in the sense that he understood talent. Like he understood there was a Biggie. He understood there was a Mace. He understood there was a Shine. He understood that there was the band. Even as kooky that was. There was a Day 26. There was Danity Kane, and there was a Diddy Dirty Money. Like he understood that he could create all this out of nothing. That's what's the beauty of Diddy. That's what was so great about his acumen, as you say. He had a business mind before an artistic mind. I never finished the Napoleon bio. Yo, you could not. I mean, it's like I tried to watch it and I watched it all the way to the end, but I was like, Why did I even start this? This is not what I'm talking about right now. This is not even, what the hell was that? It was terrible. It was so boring. Like every part of it was like, I don't care. This is giving me nothing. Give me more about his life. Give me more about, what his main conflicts were. I didn't care. I'd rather read a biography, on Napoleon than watch the movie. Salute King. Salute. Said Diddy gave Nas his last great song. Okay, I disagree with you on that. But let me do my advertisement. If you like to watch Call of Duty and all these type of games on your phone or on your other devices, you can watch it on your TV if you want it. Go to twitch.tv/DOTFOCUS_ twitch.tv/focus. He's got sniper rifles. He's got standard rifles. He's got all kinds of armament, and he's always on the run. And he's always gunning them down and getting the bad guys. So check him out. Make sure you tell him that the goofy guy Sky Saunders sent you. Yeah, hate me now because I don't know. Is that's a good question? Hate me now anyway. Okay, so you're a female. Okay, or are you a male? I don't know. Are you a female? 100% or what are you? You had the Steve Jobs book by hold on, let me make sure I get his name right. Steve. Walter Isaacson. I almost forgot his name. He did stuff on Benjamin Franklin, Elon Musk, of course, Steve Jobs. That's just to name a few of his other works. King's laughing at my dumb ass now. I'm just goofy like that. he's laughing at me. But yeah, so I just have to reiterate: new bail hearing for Diddy scheduled November 22nd, 2025. 24, excuse me, not this year. I'm already going into the next year. Bail hearing, let me repeat it. Bail hearing for Sean Diddy Combs to be set November 22nd, 2024. So be on the lookout for that. I can't wait. I'm just like, I can't wait to the outcome of that whole, dog and pony show. Because this is just, where are we as a country? What would the founding fathers be like? Damn, this is what we wanted. Like they got 21st century technology and first century morality. First of all, they believe in something that doesn't exist, God, and they're attached to Jesus. They love Jesus. They're on their knees literally for Jesus. And Diddy's not alone. Diddy's not the only one in Jesus' camp. If he had a chance, he probably had. If anything happens to him within jail, he's going to convert to Islam real quick. Because I don't know, because I don't want to know, but anybody that converts to Islam, I think they're untouchable. They're kind of like gangs. There's the Aryan Nation, there's the Latinos, there's the black gangs, there's some of the other gangs that go along. So I don't know if when you convert to Islam, I don't know if they say, "Oh, he's a man of God, he's a man of the cloth, he's a man of high moral standards." In prison, he's facing the east 5 times a day. He's not eating this month. So I don't know. Wizards like, I don't like how people didn't celebrate DJ Clark Kent and Quincy Jones when they passed. I did. I didn't do too much DJ Clark Kent, but I did Quincy Jones. I had a whole show about Quincy Jones. I said he adored white women. DJ Clark Kent, he didn't have a lot of traction. I couldn't get a lot of stories about him. Personally, I may have missed some. You can get on me on that, but I didn't see that too many. Hemp Lord, and salute to Hemp Lord. Hold on. Salute. So I'm coming up on 5 seconds in the end of the show, so I appreciate everybody that came through. I salute you, and I will see you sometimes, probably around this time tomorrow. Thank you very much. Take care.